There's a saying, don't poke the bear, but when it comes to Sigmas, it's not just a warning, it's survival advice. Sigmas are calm, collected, and often misunderstood for their quiet demeanor. But make no mistake, when pushed to their limits, they transform into a force you don't want to reckon with. Their sharp minds, unmatched focus, and strategic thinking make them dangerous in ways that most people can't even anticipate. In today's video, we're diving into the reasons why Sigmas are at their most dangerous when pushed. Whether it's protecting their values, responding to betrayal, or defending their solitude, Sigmas don't react impulsively, they plan, and when they act, it's game over for anyone in their way. Stick around as we uncover what makes Sigmas so unstoppable when the pressure is on. 1. They stay silent before striking. When a Sigma is provoked, you won't hear shouting, cursing, or long-winded arguments. Instead, you'll get silence, and that silence is more dangerous than any words they could say. Why? Because while others react emotionally, a Sigma retreats into their mind, calculating every move like a chess master. They're not interested in wasting energy on a shouting match that goes nowhere. That quiet isn't weakness, it's their way of gathering power. A Sigma's mind works differently. They're not wired to give away their strategy or expose their thoughts in the heat of the moment. Instead, they observe. They watch the people around them, take mental notes, and piece together a plan so effective that when they finally respond, there's no room for counter-arguments. Imagine standing in front of a calm ocean. It looks peaceful, harmless even. But beneath the surface, currents are building, ready to unleash a wave when the moment is right. That's a Sigma when they've been pushed. And here's the kicker, by the time they do speak or act, it's already game over for the person who pushed them. Their precision and timing make their retaliation impossible to counter. 2. They are masters of strategy. Most people react to challenges without much thought. They let anger, pride, or fear dictate their actions, which often leads to sloppy decisions. Sigmas are the exact opposite. When someone pushes them, they don't just think about how to win the argument or the immediate conflict. They're already considering how this situation fits into the bigger picture of their life. Sigmas are natural strategists, and they thrive on staying 10 steps ahead of everyone else. Let's say someone insults them or tries to undermine them at work. While most people might fire back with a snarky comment or seek revenge in the moment, the Sigma thinks longer term. They might stay quiet, biding their time, all while carefully dismantling their adversary's credibility behind the scenes. And it's not just about outsmarting others. Sigmas are methodical because they value efficiency. They won't waste their energy on battles that don't matter. Instead, they pick their fights carefully, making sure their actions have maximum impact. It's like playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Sigmas are always thinking several moves ahead, anticipating every outcome and adjusting their strategy as needed. The result? Their opponents never see it coming. By the time the dust settles, the Sigma has not only won but done so in a way that leaves no room for retaliation. That's what makes them so dangerous. They don't just defeat their adversaries, they dismantle the entire conflict, leaving nothing behind but a lesson for anyone who dares to push them again. 3. They strike where it hurts the most. When a Sigma finally decides to take action, it's not a knee-jerk reaction or a flashy display of power. Instead, it's a targeted, deliberate move that leaves a lasting impact. Sigmas have an uncanny ability to identify the core of any problem, the weak spot in their adversary's defenses, and they go straight for it. Think of it like a skilled martial artist who doesn't waste time throwing wild punches but instead lands one perfectly calculated strike that ends the fight instantly. That's the Sigma approach. They don't believe in petty gestures or drawn-out confrontations. When they act, it's to resolve the issue completely and decisively. This is why pushing a Sigma is such a bad idea. Their focus and precision mean that when they retaliate, it's not just to win, it's to ensure the problem never resurfaces. For example, if someone tries to humiliate them in a public setting, the Sigma won't fire back with empty words. Instead, they'll wait, gather facts, and respond in a way that not only defends their reputation but also exposes the other person's flaws for all to see. And it's not just about personal conflicts. Sigmas apply this same laser-focused approach to every challenge they face. Whether it's in relationships, at work, or in life's larger battles, their ability to strike with precision ensures their actions are both effective and unforgettable. 4. They're unpredictable. Let's face it, most people are pretty predictable. They follow patterns, react in ways you can anticipate, and rarely deviate from what you'd expect. But Sigmas, they throw all of that out the window. When pushed, their response is never what anyone expects, and that's what makes them so dangerous. Sigmas don't conform to societal norms or typical conflict resolution tactics. They think outside the box, which means their actions often leave others scrambling to figure out what's coming next. For example, someone might push a Sigma expecting them to lash out or fight back immediately. Instead, the Sigma might walk away without a word, leaving their adversary confused and off balance. But here's the kicker. Just because they don't react in the moment doesn't mean they've let it go. In fact, it's quite the opposite. While everyone else is trying to predict their next move, the Sigma is already 2 steps ahead, planning something no one saw coming. Their unpredictability keeps people on edge, unsure of how to approach or challenge them. And it's not just about conflict. This trait applies to every aspect of their lives. Whether it's in relationships, work, or personal challenges, Sigmas always keep others guessing. This ability to stay unpredictable not not only protects them but also gives them the upper hand in almost any situation. 5. They use logic over emotion. When most people are pushed, their emotions take the wheel. Anger, frustration, or even fear drives their decisions, often leading to impulsive actions they regret later. Sigmas, however, operate on a completely different frequency. Their emotions don't control them, they control their emotions. When a Sigma is provoked, they detach themselves from the chaos. It's almost like flipping a mental switch. Instead of getting caught up in the heat of the moment, they pause and assess the situation logically. What's the most efficient way to handle this? Is this even worth their energy? And most importantly, how can they resolve it in a way that benefits them in the long run? This calm, calculated approach gives Sigmas a massive advantage. While their opponent is fuming and making mistakes, the Sigma is carefully analyzing every detail, finding weaknesses, and planning a response that will be both effective and unexpected. This doesn't mean Sigmas are cold or unfeeling. It just means they know emotions are tools, not masters. They'll use their emotions to fuel their strategy, but never let them dictate their actions. This level of self-control makes them not just dangerous but downright intimidating to those who try to push them. 6. They know when to cut ties. One of the most dangerous things about a Sigma is their ability to walk away completely and without hesitation. While most people get tangled up in toxic relationships or situations, Sigmas have an almost ruthless ability to cut ties when they're being pushed too far. They're not interested in drama or drawn-out conflicts. If someone continually disrespects them or creates a toxic environment, the Sigma doesn't stick around hoping things will get better. They recognize when something isn't serving them and take decisive action to remove it from their life. This doesn't mean they're cold-hearted. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Sigmas care deeply about their peace and well-being, and they know that staying in unhealthy situations only drains their energy. By walking away, they're protecting themselves and sending a powerful message to anyone who tries to take advantage of their patience. What makes this trait so dangerous is its finality. When a Sigma cuts ties, they don't look back. There's no second chance, no renegotiation. Once they've decided someone no longer deserves a place in their life, that chapter is closed for good. This ability to let go is both liberating for them and a wake-up call for those who thought they could push a Sigma without consequences. It's a reminder that Sigmas value their peace more than anything, and they're not afraid to walk away to protect it. 7. They hold their ground. One of the most striking things about a Sigma is their unwavering resolve. When someone tries to push them, whether it's through intimidation, manipulation, or outright aggression, the Sigma doesn't flinch. They're not the type to cower under pressure or second-guess their stance just because someone raises their voice or throws a tantrum. Instead, they stand firm, rooted in their beliefs and values. This quiet strength is what makes Sigmas so unique and so dangerous to provoke. While most people might react by either escalating the situation or retreating to avoid conflict, Sigmas take a different approach. They remain calm, composed, and immovable. It's not about arrogance, it's about knowing who they are and refusing to compromise on that for anyone. Here's the thing: Sigmas don't need to yell or posture to prove their point. Their confidence comes from within, and it's unshakable. When someone pushes them, expecting a typical reaction like an outburst or an apology, they're often thrown off by the Sigma's calm demeanor. That lack of emotional response can be unsettling, even intimidating. It's like trying to move a mountain. It doesn't budge, no matter how hard you push. And it's not just about holding their ground in arguments or confrontations. This trait extends to every aspect of a Sigma's life, whether it's standing up for their principles, resisting societal pressures, or staying true to their goals. Sigmas are relentless. They don't let fear or external opinions sway them. This resilience makes them incredibly difficult to manipulate. If someone tries to guilt-trip them, pressure them, or force them into a corner, the Sigma simply refuses to play along. They won't be coerced into doing something that doesn't align with their values or interests, no matter how much external pressure they face.